Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to 80 Days. We are on day 22, and we are in... We're getting close to India, so that's good, I guess. So in the last episode, Mr. Fogg here, he questioned us about our scarf, which we received from Abadjan, Abadjan on the train from Tehran to whatever this place is. I don't think it was Kabul, but we are headed to Kabul, which is Afghanistan, I think. Anyways, it was a gift. I said with a smile. You do, he said dryly, have a great facility for making friends. I do believe my master complimented me. Yeah. I think it was a gift of pity. Or rather than friendship, I replied honestly. Was his only reply before he turned away and fixed his attention upon the passing scenery until the Kamertaj pulled into Herat, on the border of the Persian Empire and the frontier of British Indian colonial lands. Converse. Hello, Monsieur Abidjan. Ah, unfortunate passepartout. Let's see, Delhi. How about Delhi, Lahore? Yes. Kabul. Bandar Abbas, I know where that is. Sounds like it's going the wrong way, so... Herat is where we are right now, I think, yeah. Panama City, probably to Mexico City or something. Acapulco, okay. We're getting close to Kabul, that's good. We had our papers inspected by a Persian customs officer with a pair of magnificent extending spectacles made of polished brass, engraved with Farsi script along the arms. He inspected our documents while turning a small lever behind his ear. A pair of smoked glass lenses slipped over the clear ones, and he inspected our documents once more. You are widely travelled, he remarked. We are travelling around the world. We are travelling around the world, I blurted, and could nearly hear my master refrain from rolling his eyes. Well, it is none of my business, the official remarked philosophically. Your papers are in order. Good luck with your travels. We repeated much of the same experience with the British customs official a few hours later, and so we arrived at Kabul to really expect an officially stamped. The way that was phrased sounded rather painful. Some of possessions could earn us a lot of money. Sell that. Monkey wrench, Potter engineer set, elastic valve, field glasses, pocket altimeter, Chittagong. Sure, let's try to go Chittagong, whatever that is. In Agra. Right. Plan. Do we see a Chittagong on the map? That's Chittagong. So yeah, Agra arrives Friday. How about Lahore? Yeah, no. Let's take a rest, I guess. Let's first explore. As we explore the city, we were around sermons was hissed by a scarf British infantry marched along the walls of Kabul up to mountain ridge. Into the fortress of Balisar, much of folk protest our treatment, and I joined my voice to hiss. Through my outrage sounds rather outmatched his calm ones, we were presented to a small bespectacled gentleman in a palatial office, which looked rather more like a court, despite the piles of books and surveyor's equipment littering the floor. He gave us a glance over his spectacle rims. I am Mr. Smith, second assistant political officer to the British mission here. I do not have the pleasure of your acquaintance. You have a fine office, I remarked, alas, my friends. I felt no contrition at my rudeness, for we had been ill-handed and I was entirely out of temper. Mr. Smythe blushed. The Durrani kings built Bala Hissar as a palace fort. It is a little opulent for its current use. That is beside the point, my master interjected sharply. I am Mr. Phileas Fogg, and this is my valet Passepartout. I am subject of Her Majesty. I am passing through Kabul with no small urgency. Urgency, the political officer eyes flashed behind his glasses. Pray expand a little upon the nature of this urgency, Mr. Fogg. I did not like his tone, and gave him a sidelong glare for good measure. Monsieur Fogg was not used to being on the other side of the interrogation table, and I felt rather protective of him as Monsieur Fogg explained his wager, an unresulted breakneck trip around the world. I could see Miss Smythe growing more astonished at each word. Finally, he took off his glasses and tapped them on the table. With the introduction of Persia's spies, he said musingly, you would have a more plausible story. You go too far, sir, I broke in, abandoning common sense. My master is an Englishman. True and true, he probably dreams of Queen Victoria every night. That sounds very wrong. Monsieur Smythe's eyebrow raised an eerie mirroring of my master's expression, and I cleared his throat. A friend of mine is travelling to Omsk. I think that's in Russia. I consider it a great favor if you accompany her. A particular friend? You could say that, I suppose. She is very particular. She chortled. Think of it. He dismissed us and returned to his papers without a second glance. Quite a commanding fellow from a second assistant political officer. Fogg did not like this, and I'm more steadfast. Jesus Christ, that is so long. Mail airship to Omsk. Well, we'll be back on track up north, but I wanted to go to Agra to sell something, right? Chittagong, I wanted to sell the scarf that I got. Oh Jesus, that's where I wanted to click. Hotel. As night fell, I attended to Monsieur Fogg, prodding with the fresh clothing with the hopes he would have a restorative night. Depart. And we're certainly going to Agra. And I'm going to hire extra space. Well, it's nice that you want me to go to the original route. I can't do that. I have financial commitments on going the route through northern India and through Southeast Asia that way. You hired a mechanical palanquin for the journey and clambered aboard. Commerce. Maybe I'll learn something. Agra. Chittagong. Singapore. Very good. I didn't really feel like I learned anything, but... The Grand Trunk Road stretching from Afghanistan to Bengal was an ancient trade route. The Mauryas had once used it to trade with the ancient Greeks, but now the British Empire had repaved and restored it for their own purpose, and mechanical palanquins laden with traded goods jostled alongside troop transport and Trevithick steam carriages imported from England. All were brightly painted, each one bearing an individual's mark. I had no doubt the traders and drivers up here. Perhaps even their families had mixed their own sweat with the paint. The day's journey passed quickly, a blur of colour and sound, and it was only as the sun dipped below the horizon and the palanquins lit their phosphorescent lamps that I realized I reached the city of Lahore. We passed Delhi. It was only a short distance from Lahore to Delhi, and we had been promised it was a particularly well-maintained stretch of road. I played whist with Muncher Fogg. With a pack of cards they had conjured up from somewhere. The mechanical spearing of plankers was so steady the belly jostled us at all. Alas, I barely managed to win a single round. Little surprise, given the my master's monomania for the game. That's a weird sentence. Either D or my should be gone from that sentence, I think. Anyways, we will simply have to practice more, he remarked. An afternoon well spent, though I was not sorry to see an ancient fortified walls of Delhi appeared out of haze just ahead of us. We continue on. I was weary of being on the road so long, despite the remarkable cities and sights we had seen since departing Kabul. Yet, when Agra came into view and tossed aside any resemblance of my journey upon an ancient Grand Trunk Road, at first I only saw the white marble magnificence of the Taj Mahal. It was nearly touching the clouds. Oh, and I had heard rumours, of course, but the truth of the vast walking city perched high atop its pillar-like mechanical legs left me with only one question. What would it feel like when it walked? I suppressed a shiver as I regarded our marvelous destination. Finally. There we go, sold a scarf. I have 15 grand, still pretty good profit so far. Explore, can't do anything else, so... Calcutta, interesting. The Parambar seat of Agra itself was a wonder. Why not be positive to everything? The Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan had wished to build a monument to his great love Mumtaz, and instead of a mere building, he had commissioned a rolling city. The vast white granite magnificence of Taj Mahal perched on a plateau atop its joint fortified legs. A fitting monument to great love, one that my Frenchman's heart could not disapprove of. Her sovereignty was the contested matter. The British had laid claim to her, but she passed through independent territories on her peregrinations. How can one claim to own a city which moves from place to place? It is as ridiculous as a notion as planting a flag upon the moon. As for me, I was just glad she worked. Her safety record was unimpeachable, if one did not count for occasional sleeping farmer crush beneath her granite-clad foot. We boarded Agras at noon. She would begin walking to Calcutta when the sun set, taking us with her on a Varan circuit. Jesus, I keep forgetting where to click the buttons. Depart. I can have 7 luggages, so... Market, let's buy this one. Hopefully pass by Manila, Singapore or Hong Kong. Also Chittagong. Jesus, a moving city like this, that is creepy and weird and awesome at the same time. One of the scarlet-cloaked city officials rang a brass bell, answering tolls echoed from all corners of the city of Agra. While the sound still echoed in my ears, the city lurked underneath me. Tilting first to the left and then rapidly to the right, we were off the walking city had begun its circled. She settled down into a regular rhythm after a few tottering steps, and by evening I barely noticed a slight tilt and jaw developing a kind of sea legs. Converse. Begin conversation about Calcutta. We want to go to Chittagong. And then to Mania. Playing cards. Chittagong. Wait. How about Singapore? Singapore. How about Singapore, Brisbane? Goodbye, sure. Jesus, that's long. Wow. That's Nebraska. I know that because a friend of mine studied at the University of Omaha, Nebraska. Truth be told, the sound was more difficult to accustom myself to than Agra's multi-jointed gate. A granite-clad feet pounded into the earth with enormous shuddering crashes that could be heard even from our rarefied station. I looked over the edge at the verdant field and forest below, interrupted by that little thatched villages and larger brick-building towns which wreathed themselves in black smoke. The Grand Trunk Road snaked ahead of us towards the horizon. I felt like a giant. The earth seemed to unroll itself. For my inspection, farmers and horses and cows below seemed pale and unreal, altogether insignificant. In that moment, only I was solid. Only I was real. Thankfully, the moment passed quickly. But I did not soon return to the railing. A man thought strange thoughts perched atop a migrating city with an engine for a heart. I should groom him now. My master and I took a turn about the top deck. As we passed within sight of Allahabad. On our right-hand side, through the trees, we could just see the gleam of the railway line, which appeared to end rather abruptly. A photographer had set up a booth on a lawn and was doing a brisk trade, taking ferrotypes of families posing in front of the magnificent monument. It was so quick, he developed, fixed, varnished, and handed the ferrotype to the customers in a matter of minutes. He glanced over me appraisingly. Photograph, he asked in a passable French. £10. I shook my head. Having no desire to be exposed or developed, it struck me as a rather gauche as for the gouge, and from my master almost imperceptible glance of approval, I knew he agreed. This is not a tourist trip. We do not have time for photographs. Let's screw Mr. Fogg. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and in next time I guess we will reach Chittagong, or whatever the city was called. Thanks for watching.